Welcome back, everybody, for another YouTube trade breakdown. And I hope that you guys were in the live stream from yesterday when we did a weekly outlook together and anticipating what we wanted to do for today's price action. We called this out to the T, and we also said that indices were like the main focus for shorts looking into the day. We wanted to see the S&P 500. This daily bullish fair value gap was labeled off. I'll even drop the clip from what we were talking about on the weekly outlook that was free live yesterday. Share it right here. No imbalances on the NASDAQ, but we actually have something on the S&P 500 that I think that price should trade down into. I like to see the S&P 500 reach and take out the lows from Thursday, tagging down into this daily bullish fair value gap resting here. But moving into the actual trade that we took today, let's go over the charts. Start off from our higher time frame perspective. This was a daily to a 1 hour to a 5-minute execution. Everything aligned. It was great. Let's rearrange this, make this smaller, just so you guys can see the Dow Jones. But let's start off with, and there goes NASDAQ running previous daily low. But what do you notice about these daily charts here? We're trading at all-time highs. We have no historic data to the left, and price has just been consecutively taking out previous daily highs, higher lows, all that sort of stuff. So we knew that we were due for a retracement, and we had the weekly open resting here, and Monday opened up trading higher, and then Tuesday we actually came on this daily candle taking out that Monday high. But what did we do actually simultaneously at the same time when we took out Monday's high? We failed to do the same thing on the NASDAQ, or we failed to do the same thing on the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. So when this happened, we had a bearish sentiment moving into the day after seeing a SMT divergence occur at a previous daily high. So with this being the ideology of seeing this be taken out, I wanted to frame shorts because we had an untapped daily bullish fair value gap that was left on the S&P 500 and a little daily bullish fair value gap that was on the NASDAQ here. As you can see, we're trading into it now. We finally took that previous daily low objective on both NASDAQ, S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. Super simple daily bias and a narrative build as to how to frame a trade intraday. Now, since we did this daily chart, let's look and see what happened on the hourly to see for an intraday bias. So we had high impact news today at 10 o'clock. So what we actually want to do is now, since indices, only volatility injection that we have in the marketplace for the day is 9:30 open and the 10 o'clock high impact news. Now we want to see kind of what happens at this news driver and also what happens at equities open to frame our next move. And if you watch my previous YouTube videos, you know how important that 9:30 time is. If we don't have anything at 8:30, we rely on 9:30 to either provide a manipulation or news to provide the manipulation that creates another SMT. So I'm waiting right now and just being patient for 9:30 to come in and give me some sort of ideology as to what is price going to do next. And this is the 8 o'clock candle. Let's look and see what the 9 o'clock candle does. 9 o'clock candle does this destruction during equities open. Now, I'm going to drop down to a 5-minute perspective and show you guys even more as to what's going on here because we took the trade on the NASDAQ, but also look closely here. When we took out this high again and we had another clear manipulation, we created another set of SMT like this with all of these highs on the NASDAQ while the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones failed. So we had another set of SMT just like this at that key time. So I'm already on red alert and I'm believing that this is setting in the high of the day and price is going to reverse from here. So let's look at the 5-minute chart just to see that reaction from that 9:30 open. So here's 9:30 at the time when we created that extra leg of manipulation where NASDAQ cleared the highs and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones failed. Now, 99% of the time, I am prioritizing and taking my trade on NQ rather than Dow Jones and the S&P 500 because I just have more comfortability trading NQ because of how more liquid it is compared to 99% of the time. S&P 500 will be kind of like chopped around price, while NASDAQ will actually have some sort of cleaner delivery, even though it ends up being, let's say, the stronger pair in this case scenario. And when I saw this manipulation occur at the 9:30 time, like I've showed you guys in all of my previous videos, this is very, very important. All I'm doing is I'm waiting. What am I possibly waiting for? I'm waiting for price to start showing me that this SMT is actually the set in high for the day, and this is the manipulation. Now, what needs to happen in order for me to show that this is a manipulation? We have a 5-minute bullish fair value gap here, and we have a up close candle resting right here that cleared resting liquidity at a key time, again, 9:30. We run higher on a up close candle. So if price comes below and closes below that up close candle that cleared liquidity, created SMT at a key time, close below it, retag it, that is my short. That is my trigger to go in on the trade. So let's skip a couple 5-minute candles. This next 5-minute candle, we're already getting our relative weakness. We're getting relative weakness on the S&P 500 and same with the Dow Jones. Next 5-minute candle, boom. We close below that up close candle, violate that M5 bearish fair value gap. Now, I go like this. I take my short trigger right there. So now all I do is this, make this a full screen just to show you guys what is happening right here. I put my limits in at the order block, just like this. My stop loss goes at the candle high, and a 1 to 2 risk to reward actually lies right at the Asia lows, like perfectly. This is all I needed to happen. Now, we had news at 10 o'clock. So if we've already set in the manipulation at equities open, key time, if news is going to come in at 10, I'm not expecting news to come in again and sweep higher and take me out. I'm expecting news to come down lower or provide me an execution to set an hourly open, high, low, close, clearing my sell side liquidity pool objective point. This is me utilizing the forever model from a standpoint of external range liquidity. So I'm doing this at a B-rated forever model setup. Now, if I play out price and see what happens here, next 5-minute candle here, this candle actually tags in on the micros, but fails to tag it on the minis. Let me show you guys. Micros tag at that 5-minute candle from 9:55, 5 minutes right before the news release. We get the tag in, so I'm in on my Apex accounts and my Top Step accounts at that order block from 9:55, short down to Asia lows and previous daily low. News comes in at this next 5-minute candle, drops lower, and we can keep playing out price here. We get a slow kind of lethargic moving price action. We actually invalidate and violate these M5 bullish fair value gaps. We close below them. We're actually respecting the bodies and just having the wicks do the damage here. At this point, if you're getting scared from watching price as how slow it's moving, trust your analysis, trust your stop loss placement, and you will be fine. Or if you still feel uncomfortable, just set and forget the position and let the trade breathe, because eventually we end up clearing and rinsing all of these resting lows just like this. And it's such a clean and simplistic approach to price delivery. And if we even zoom out, you could see that we reach the previous daily low all the way down here, just like this. Even though I'm spam clicking, we finally reach out that low. Let me exit out of replay and boom. Just like that, a smooth and simple market maker sell model, smart money reversal occurring at a key time, 9:30. We have an accumulation prior to equities open. We have a manipulation at 9:30, and then we have a distribution phase with news driving us lower, cleaning out these relative equal lows, cleaning out HLOs. This was a picture perfect short, and I hope you guys all were able to capitalize on this. I hope you were all able to see this in live time. And now, since we've reached these objective points and these higher time frame POIs, we can frame something into tomorrow if we have a good reaction. But I hope that this is of value to you. I hope that you're learning based off of the times that I'm executing my trades, the time that I'm looking for the SMT, just the simplistic process of nodalizing when a true change in save delivery is, aka closing below the up close candle that happens at 9:30, violating its first bearish PD array, tagging that up close candle, that bearish order block. Just a simple forever model approach. Trusting your analysis, trusting your stop loss placement, and letting the trade run to where it needs to go to. It will get there in due time, and if you can't feel comfortable watching the trade play out, close it, or close the charts and walk away, set and forget. Just accept either a win or a loss, one of the two. But keep studying, keep forward testing this, and just watching price happen live, and sooner or later you will be able to execute trades just like this and how I show you guys week by week. But like always, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers, and I'll keep on doing the weekly live streams on YouTube for like an outlook or a recap as to how we did on the performance and based off of our analysis to execution, all that sort of stuff. But take care, everybody, and good luck, good trading for the rest of the week. I hope you guys all bank, and I'll see you again for the next YouTube upload. Deuces, everybody.